What's going on, guys? And today I'm gonna be playing a game of Firewatch. Now this game has just been released about a few days ago. I think on February 9th of 2016, obviously. And I've seen the trailer and I've played a little bit, just a little bit, so I see if I like it or not, and I'll see if it's good content for my YouTube channel. And well, basically I really like it, so let's get into it. Now we're gonna start a new game, obviously, so I don't spoil or get into a part further ahead that we didn't get into. So yeah. Now this part is gonna be a lot of reading, so it's quite a quiet game, I noticed. It's a bit weird, but the story, the first bit of the story is really good actually, so I'm hoping it's gonna be a really good game. You see Julia. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grade students from nearby CU Boulder, or however you say it. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You are drunk. So now you just choose which one you want. So what's your major? And you're pretty. So let's go with you. You're pretty. You're pretty. You're pretty. She says coolly. You are not. You are a future hangover. What? You reply confused. Someone should buy a cheeseburger, she says. She flags down a waiter, and 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. And you know what's cool about this game? This game has a lot of animations, like extra animations, like when you're picking up bags or doing something that just takes one click will do a whole animation, which I found that's really cool. Like this, what I'm doing is going into the van and he throws his bag into the back. Now, you date her for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in, you share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German Shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. Now, since she likes the beagle, I'm just gonna go for the beagle. Bucket's a good dog, and a week later you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him. You love him too. You talk out on the deck. It's summer, 9:30 p.m. and the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have a couple little idiots. That would be pretty good. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. So now we go for a walk in the woods. Now the graphics aren't that bad, but they're like comic-y. I mean, they're like, painted. And I really like the design of this game, believe it or not. 1980. It's Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having fun. A fun time, sorry. You fight when she gets between the sheets. You get mad or you ignore her, so I'm gonna just ignore it. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold onto a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and go to work. 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. You pose and flex like a He-Man, or you frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. Let's just be an actual man. You look awesome. Look at the sunset. Just look at that view. I mean, it's really cool, this game. I've never played anything that is quite like it, actually, like with the graphics and the story and all of that. I'm really starting to like this game. So, 1982. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. Bucket is the dog. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from far away places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Bucket gets kicked. Whatever, fuck the dog. Julia yells. She gets flustered, and has trouble speaking when she is stressed. You confront the attacker. You scare him away, or you beat his goddamn face in. Let's try and scare him away. You reach into your pocket like you've got a gun, and threaten to kill him. You manage to scare all three of... What? You manage to scare all three of you. Okay, I think that's a spelling mistake. Anyway, he runs away. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. (1984) Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Julie gets offered a job in Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Convince her to not take the job. Now, if it was me, I would just let her go and like this, agree if she commutes back and forth. I would actually do that, because after all, it is her future, and she should be able to do whatever she wants with it. So, agree. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. Exactly. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. So it isn't that bad, but 1985. Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. So something's going wrong with her. She was found crying in the stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni. I prefer if we talk to someone about it. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they are worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She is 41. You both decide to keep it a secret for now. Let's open the journal. Oh wow, the He-Man. Yep. Bucket is getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. 1987. Julia's affliction gets worse. Worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes she goes into a panic believing her dad is at the door. Now that's really bad. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. 1988. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with a 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple of months. Now, either you can decide to move her into the full-time care facility, or you can be determined to take care of her by yourself. Now, it would be a really stressful thing, I know, but I would prefer with someone who has professional experience on the stuff. Now the first part, as I said, it's really freaking weird because all you're doing is just walking through the forest and reading the story. But actually it's really good because you know what he's been passing through, and that way... Ooh, there's a deer. Anyway, that way you would already know most of the story. Her family agrees with your decision. You find a fantastic place in Boulder and move her there. You see her every day, then every other day. You go out to the bar with your old friends. It's not the same. You get the feeling that every wife tells her husband, if you ever put me in a home like Henry did, I will cut your balls off. Alright. You slowly decide to not see your old friends that much, which is a bad sign. 1989. Julia's sister Suzanne moves to Boulder to be close to her. She visits her every day. You go with her some of the time. Suzanne buys you an old typewriter and urges you to use it if you won't see a therapist. You won't. You've always really liked Suzanne. Is something bad gonna happen? Months go by. Bucket dies. Julia doesn't remember him when you tell her. Sometimes it takes her a minute to lock in on you. In the back of your mind, you believe it's because you see her less and less. And seeing her less and less makes her forget you more, you think. Summer is coming, and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. Alright, so if I'm not mistaken, now the actual game will start. So this is where you actually start as a lookout guy. As you can see, we are going to a tower. Now, if you haven't seen the actual like trailer and stuff of this game, it's all about, you're basically, since it's with the name of the game, you're Firewatch, so you are a watchman kind of thing, and there are more people, like more towers around this area, like that one up there, and they actually look for causes and fires in the forest. Like, since there's no one, and if a forest fire catches, I mean, there has to be people to alert the rest, because if you don't get alerted, all the forest will end up in flames and might catch a city nearby. Alright, so turn on the power now. Hit that crap. Alright, so now the power's on.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Ooh, let's pick up this radio. And let's speak to her.
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I... sleep? Forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
You're rebelling against your mom.
Okay,
Most probably.
You're probably just rebelling against a mom who wishes you had given her grandkids, by the sound of your voice, at least 15 years ago. You come out here and it really grinds her gears and you love it. Can I sleep now?
Well, she also says I fuck immature men, but in my defense, who wouldn't want a 28-year-old with ambition and energy and some fire in his belly in bed?
Me. I'm going now.
Okay.
Just a second, now it's my turn.
Okay, good night. Bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you, but 9 times out of 10, folks out here simply got dumped.
Huh, is that it?
Close?
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.
Firewatch. Alright, so that's gonna be the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, just leave a thumbs up. And
Good morning, Henry.
yeah,
Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
anyways, now that she has stopped talking and I couldn't pause the game, so anyways, yeah, this is gonna be the end of this episode. If you did like the video, just leave a thumbs up so I'll know to continue or not. And yeah, just comment so you give your opinion about the game, whatever. I did not get this game for free. I did buy it because I really liked the trailer and I thought it would be a good video to share with you. And yeah, if you do want to watch more of my content, just check out my videos and subscribe, I guess. If you do want to get daily, or not daily, but updates whenever I do upload instantly, just follow my Twitter and you'll see my tweet as soon as my video is uploaded. Anyways, peace out.